In a luxurious meeting room filled with high-ranking executives, the atmosphere was tense. The millionaire Alvaro Andrade, known for his arrogance and disdain for those he considered inferior, was at the center of attention. He was the kind of person who saw no problem in humiliating others to feel superior. When Ana Louie, a discreet young woman, entered the room to present an important report, he did not even try to hide his disdain. "I hope the report is up to standard because I don't have time for amateurism," Alvaro fired, drawing laughter from other participants. Ana took a deep breath, clearly uncomfortable, but did not react. She began her presentation with a firm voice despite Alvaro's cold and impatient stare. But before she could finish, he abruptly interrupted her. "Is that the best you can do? It looks like they hired you just to fill a quota." The humiliation was immediate, and muffled laughter echoed through the room. Ana lowered her eyes, trying to hold back tears, while Alvaro continued his arrogant monologue. He didn't even realize that the team was embarrassed by his attitude. After endless minutes, Ana finished speaking and left the room under sympathetic glances, but no one dared to defend her. That day marked Ana deeply. She left the building with the feeling that she had hit rock bottom. Alvaro's comments seemed to echo in her mind. She felt powerless, as if she would never be taken seriously in that environment. However, instead of giving in to despair, she decided to turn her pain into fuel. For weeks, she immersed herself in the company's numbers and projects, determined to prove Alvaro wrong. But fate had other plans. A few days later, a rumor began to circulate in the company. A new majority shareholder had acquired a large portion of the company, and drastic changes were about to happen. The investor's name was kept secret, which made Alvaro particularly uneasy. He was sure that no one could threaten his position. After all, he was the main face of the company and considered indispensable. Meanwhile, Ana received an unexpected invitation to a private meeting with the presidency. Surprised and hesitant, she decided to attend. Upon entering the room, she was received with respect and warmth by people she had never met before. However, a confidential piece of information she received at that moment, Ana left that meeting with trembling hands and a racing heart. She could barely believe what she had just heard. The new majority shareholder was not only interested in restructuring the company, but also trusted her to be a key player in the process. Suddenly, all the contempt she had faced seemed insignificant compared to the opportunity she now held in her hands. But there was one detail that unsettled her. The restructuring meeting was scheduled for the next day, and Alvaro, unaware of everything, still believed he was in control. Ana knew that this moment could be the beginning of a new era in her life, or yet another test of her emotional strength. On the scheduled day, the meeting room was once again crowded, but the atmosphere was different. Everyone was curious about the arrival of the new owner, especially Alvaro, who displayed his usual air of superiority. "I hope this ridiculous restructuring doesn't disrupt the company's pace," he commented loudly, eliciting nervous laughter. The clock struck exactly 10 a.m. when the door opened, and to everyone's surprise, Ana Louie entered. Silence fell instantly. Alvaro, confused, looked around as if searching for someone to explain what was happening. With firm steps, Ana walked to the head of the table. Her voice, serene yet authoritative, broke the silence. "Before we begin, I'd like to thank everyone for their dedication to the company. From today onward, we will work together to build an even better future." The confusion on Alvaro's face turned into sheer disbelief. He leaned forward, trying to suppress a laugh. "Is this some kind of joke? What are you doing here? Haven't you realized that you don't belong at this level?" He seemed ready to explode, but Anna remained calm. Without responding directly, she opened a folder and distributed documents to everyone in the room. Alvaro glanced at the paper in front of him and froze. It was an official announcement confirming that Ana Louie had acquired the majority of the company's shares. She was now the principal shareholder and owner of the business. The blood seemed to drain from his face as he read and reread the words, desperately searching for some mistake or misunderstanding. But the truth was there, raw and inescapable. How? Alvaro began, but his voice faltered. What he didn't know was that Ana had not only overcome all the adversities thrown her way, but had also built powerful connections that believed in her potential. The investment she had received was based on her strategic vision, something he had always underestimated. Now, Alvaro was standing before a woman who had not only survived his humiliations, but who also had the power to decide his fate. Ana looked at him with a mix of compassion and determination. What I've learned through all of this is that respect and humility are fundamental in any leadership position. I hope we can work together moving forward. But under new conditions, the silence in the room was deafening as Alvaro finally seemed to realize that the game had completely changed. Then, the silence was broken by an unexpected sound. Alvaro laughed, but his laughter was laced with disbelief and sarcasm. You think you can run this company? A mere secretary with ambition, who just got lucky with investors? His voice dripped with venom, but his eyes betrayed a mix of desperation and rage. Ana remained firm, but the atmosphere in the room grew heavy. The other executives barely breathed, knowing they were witnessing a confrontation that would change everything. Alvaro, you may underestimate my abilities, but you cannot ignore the facts, Ana replied, her voice clear and full of authority. This company needs true leadership, someone who respects the people who build its success every day. And that is exactly what I intend to offer. The tension was palpable, but before Ana could continue, Alvaro abruptly stood up. You have no idea who you're dealing with. I built this company, and you will not destroy it with your amateur ideas. He stormed out of the room, slamming the door behind him, leaving everyone stunned. Ana, however, knew that this was just the beginning. Alvaro had resources and deep influence within the company. He was not the kind of man to accept losing control. In the following days, he began operating in the shadows, attempting to undermine Ana's authority. Various departments started reporting coordination problems, and rumors about the new owner's inexperience spread like wildfire. Ana realized that Alvaro was using his network to sabotage her. Worse, he was preparing to stage a coup to regain leadership. As she battled internal challenges, Ana uncovered something that would completely change the course of the story. A veteran employee, loyal to the company, handed her confidential documents that Alvaro had tried to hide for years. They were irrefutable proof of illegal practices. Alvaro was not just a toxic leader. He had also put the company at risk to further enrich himself. With that information in hand, Ana knew she had a difficult choice ahead. The news of the discovery spread quickly through the company's hallways. Now cornered, Alvaro called an emergency meeting, trying to take control of the situation before the evidence came to light. These accusations are absurd, he bellowed, while everyone in the room turned their eyes to Ana, waiting for her reaction. But instead of confronting him directly, she presented the documents to the board members, allowing them to assess the facts for themselves. The impact was devastating. The executives' faces showed shock and outrage as they read through the evidence. But the real twist was yet to come. As Alvaro desperately tried to defend himself, an officer entered the room, accompanied by lawyers and financial representatives. It was a legal operation that Anna had discreetly orchestrated, working with authorities to ensure the truth came to light in a safe and responsible manner. Alvaro realized he had no way out. He was taken into custody, leaving behind a stunned room and a woman who had just turned the game around in an extraordinary way. With Alvaro out of the picture, Anna had a clear path to implement her changes and transform the company's culture. But just as the chaos seemed to be settling, she received an unexpected phone call, one that promised to reveal an even deeper secret about her connection to the company and Alvaro's role in her past. Anna hesitated before answering. On the other end, a deep, measured voice revealed something that made her heart race. "Ana Louie, there's something you need to know about Alvaro's involvement with your family. He didn't just harm the company. He was responsible for an event that changed your life years ago. Come see me. I have proof that he always knew exactly who you were." The call was abruptly cut off, leaving Anna with a mix of curiosity and apprehension. That night, Anna met in a discreet office located in the city center. There, a veteran lawyer awaited her, with a folder full of documents. What he revealed seemed like something out of a nightmare. Years ago, Alvaro had led an operation that resulted in the bankruptcy of Anna's family business. He had sabotaged contracts, destabilized finances, and in the end, bought the company for a fraction of its worth. The financial downfall had left Anna's family in ruin, explaining her mother's struggles to provide for her children while battling health issues. Alvaro had known exactly who Anna was from the beginning, but he had never imagined that one day she would return to challenge him. The discovery was devastating, but it also ignited a sense of justice within Anna. He didn't just destroy my family. He built his empire on the ruins of our hard work. I can't let this go unpunished. Determined to correct the past injustices, Anna spent the following days reviewing every detail of the documents with the help of a legal and financial team. Additionally, she launched an internal investigation to trace the network of corruption Alvaro had put in place. But the deeper she dug, the more she realized the problem extended beyond him. Other executives were involved as well. While Anna worked tirelessly, Alvaro, now in pre-trial detention, attempted to manipulate allies to free himself from the charges. He played every card he had: favors, blackmail, and promises. Tensions rose, and Anna knew he was still dangerous, even from the shadows. However, she also had unexpected allies. Many employees, inspired by her courage and vision, began to stand by her side, helping to expose what had once been hidden. On the day of the decisive board meeting, Anna delivered a presentation that completely changed the company's course. She not only revealed Alvaro's schemes, but also laid out a comprehensive plan to rebuild the organization's reputation and structure. Her speech was more than technical. It was emotional. She spoke about how the company represented a legacy that could not be destroyed by the greed of a few. By the time she finished, the board gave her a standing ovation. Anna had not only earned their respect, but also the hearts of everyone who heard her story. However, as Anna celebrated her victory, an anonymous email arrived in her inbox. Inside was a warning. This isn't over yet. Alvaro didn't act alone, and the real enemies are still at large. Attached to the message were files revealing connections to influential figures in the corporate and political world, suggesting that Alvaro was just the tip of the iceberg. Anna realized that despite her triumph, the real battle was only just beginning. I knew that email was more than just a threat. It was a call to face an even greater enemy. Alvaro was not the only one responsible for the chaos she had discovered. There was a network of powerful people profiting from the corruption and sabotage schemes he led. Determined to protect the company and the legacy it symbolized, Anna began to investigate the new documents sent anonymously. What she discovered was terrifying. Illegal contracts involving political figures, multinational companies, and even people within the board who had applauded her speech days before. With the help of her team, Anna devised an audacious plan. She decided to call a press conference, something risky but necessary to expose the truth once and for all. For days, she worked tirelessly gathering irrefutable evidence and strategizing a plan that not only exposed the culprits but also ensured the company's survival during the storm that was about to come. On the day of the conference, journalists from all over the country filled the room. Anna stepped onto the stage with the demeanor of a leader who had faced the worst and emerged stronger. Today, I've decided to share something that goes beyond this company. What I am about to reveal affects not only business, but also the trust we place in institutions and the people who should lead them with integrity. Her voice was firm, but filled with emotion. Anna presented the evidence in precise detail, explaining how Alvaro was part of a web of corruption that had harmed not only her family, but also countless others over the years. She revealed the names of the people involved, including influential members who never imagined being exposed. Every word was a blow to those who had benefited at the expense of others. At the end of her presentation, she paused and looked directly into the cameras. This is not just about justice for my family or for this company. It's about showing that courage and integrity still have a place in this world. The fallout was immediate. The press conference became headline news in every media outlet, generating a wave of public outrage. Pressured, many of those involved began turning themselves into authorities or seeking plea deals. The corruption network quickly crumbled, and Anna became a symbol of courage and justice for thousands of people. Meanwhile, Alvaro, now completely isolated, was convicted of the crimes revealed. His cold, defeated expression during the trial no longer impressed anyone. The company, under Anna's leadership, underwent a radical transformation, becoming a model of transparency and ethics in the market. But what impacted Anna the most was the support she received from employees and people who believed in her vision. In the final meeting with the team, Anna gave an emotional speech. What we've built here is not just a company. It's a new beginning for all of us. I've learned that, even in the worst circumstances, we must never underestimate our ability to fight for what is right. Her voice trembled with emotion, but she knew every word was true. Applauded standing up, Anna felt that she had finally honored her family's legacy and earned a place that was truly hers. And so, with the weight of battles won and a horizon full of possibilities, Anna not only changed her own story, but also inspired many to believe that justice and resilience can transform any adversity into an extraordinary victory.